Guys, I wanted to run through yesterday's lesson with you real quick, just in case you had any trouble, and then we're going to look at today's. Yesterday we did mole to mole stoichiometry. All equations have to be balanced. We have to follow the law of conservation of matter. So I want to put this real quick in terms that are more familiar to you. So let's think about this. Let's say that I know that we need 5 eggs and 3 cups of flour, and that gives us 8 cupcakes. Okay? So, what if I wanted to know how many cupcakes we could make with 2.5 eggs? Well, assuming we have enough cups of water, and you'll see this written as an excess, or cups of flour, sorry, an excess of flour, you'll see that written as. So we're assuming we have enough flour. If we cut this down to 2.5 eggs, we've cut this in half. So what happens to our product? Obviously it gets cut in half, but we can do this mathematically. So if I start with 2.5 eggs, I'm going to use that ratio from my coefficients here to help me figure out how many cupcakes I can make. So we know that for every 5 eggs, we get 8 cupcakes. So 5 eggs gets us 8 cupcakes. So 2.5 times 8 is 20 divided by 5, and that gives us our 4 cupcakes. So, because oops, sorry, I didn't mean to cross out 5, I meant to cross out eggs. Because sometimes we have numbers that are just a little weird to do that in our head, so we need to be able to use the math. So again, let me go back to this. So let's go back to our 8 cupcakes. What if instead I told you I had 1.1 cups of flour? Well, it's hard to determine how many cupcakes that is without doing some math. So what I know is I have 1.1, I'm just going to put cups of flour here. Okay, so I know that's how many I have, but how many cupcakes will that give us, assuming we have plenty of eggs? Well, we know 3 cups of flour gives us 8 cupcakes. So then we can do the math. So we have 1.1 times 1.1 times 8 equals, divided by 3 equals 2.93 cupcakes. All right, so that makes sense because we have about a third of what we started from. So we need to look and see if that makes sense with our 8, about a third of 8 cupcakes. That would make sense. It's certainly going to be less than half because we did less than half. So hopefully that makes sense. Moving on to today, we're going to talk about mole mass and mole volume stoichiometry. So I've used an equation that we're just going to use through this whole thing. I've got aluminum plus 3 lithium bromide gives you 3 lithiums plus 1 mole of aluminum bromide. So again, your coefficients stand for the number of moles. I'll just throw that 1 in there just so we're clear, even though you don't usually have to put a 1 in there as your coefficient. So my problem is I have 8.72 moles of lithium bromide, and I want to know the mass of lithium that produces. So what we're going to do is we're going to start with our given. We have 8.72 moles of lithium bromide. Now, since our given is in moles, we don't have to convert it to moles. We know that we're going to have moles of lithium bromide down here. This is the part after your given is in moles, or if it starts in moles, this is where you have to do your mole ratio. We're going from moles of lithium bromide to figure out how much lithium we can make. So we need to convert that and use moles of lithium. So we're going to use our coefficients. We have 3 lithium bromides. We have 3 lithium. That could be a 1-to-1 ratio, but I usually don't change it so as not to confuse anyone. Now, we got rid of moles of lithium bromide. You have to show the unit, you have to show the formula in order for me to give you credit, even in your work, okay? Because we're switching formulas, so it's important that we have that there. So 3 moles of lithium is where we end up. It asks us for the mass of lithium. So we are going to have to put moles of lithium down here. Now, we are not going to use the coefficient here. Instead, we know that in 1 mole of lithium, we have 6.94 grams. That's its molar mass of lithium. We got rid of moles of lithium. So, except for this step right here where you have the mole to mole ratio, you are not using coefficients, okay? We're back to in 1 mole of, so we're going to have 1 with the mole. So 6.94 times 3 times 8.72 divided by 3 gets you 60.52. Still going to round our answers to the second decimal. And we're going to have grams, of lithium. All right, let's take another look. 8.72 grams of aluminum produces how many moles of lithium? So we start with 8.72 grams of aluminum. So our given is not in moles. We're going to have to change it to moles. So the molar mass of aluminum is 26.98 grams of aluminum in 1 mole of aluminum. So now we are successfully in moles of aluminum. So our next step, that should alert us, is going to be our mole ratio. So we're going from aluminum to lithium. Looking back at our equation, we have 1 mole of aluminum to every 3 of lithium for our mole ratio. 1 mole of aluminum, 3 of lithium, and it wants us to be in moles of lithium, so we're good. We've canceled out moles of aluminum. So we're going to do 8.72 times 3 divided by 26.98, and that's going to give us 0.97 moles of lithium. All right, last one for now. What volume of lithium bromide is needed to produce 2.86 moles of lithium? So our given is 2.8. Ooh, what have I done? All right, 2.86 moles of lithium. So our given is in moles. So let's go back. We're lithium to lithium bromide. That's a 3:3 ratio. And that shouldn't say Br3. That's what's weird about this. It should just say Br. Ooh, too far. Bromide. So we've got moles of lithium to moles of lithium bromide, because that's what we're finding out about. So we've got a 3:3 ratio. However, we want the volume of lithium bromide. So we've got to do moles of lithium bromide on the bottom to get rid of it. And we know that in every 1 mole, there are 22.4 liters. That's our conversion factor. That's what it wants us to be in. So we got 2.86 times 3 times 22.4 divided by 3. Oops. So we get 64.06 liters of lithium bromide. All right. Hopefully that helps you guys. Let me know if you have any questions. Send me an email. Otherwise, go off and do your work for the day, and I will talk to y'all later.